Yes.
Well, and that's the crazy part about like the industry. It's just like, yes, everyone got into this for money, but it's just like the days of vivid contract girls and big money from studio work. I mean, you can definitely make a good living, but you're not making like retire in a couple of years money. Now, some people are making fantastic money on OnlyFans, but that's few and far between. It's like any other form of entertainment.
Of
Like
course.
some people are making a lot of money, and some people are like, "Well, I'm surviving on this."
Yeah. Yeah. I the one thing that like annoys me the most is when somebody runs an article on this OnlyFans model and she made $43 million or she did. There's a very small percentage of anybody that's making any kind of money. I mean, like real livable money.
Oh yeah, no,
And people don't understand that.
the average OF creator makes $160 a month.
Yeah.
That is on average.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, there's nothing wrong with the profession, but could you imagine doing the profession for only $160 a month?
Yeah. No.
Like, to deal with all the discrimination, all the stigmas, all the for $160 a
Not
month.
worth it.
No.
So I see, people are all the time like, ask, oh, how do I get into it? And how do I was like, well, I mean, I'll tell you, I'll happily tell you, but if you're doing this strictly because you think you're going to be a multimillionaire, good luck. Maybe it will happen. Most likely it's not going to happen. So don't quit your day job.
See, whenever I get some friends trying to talk about coming in, like I try to talk them out of it.
Yeah.
Immediately try to talk them out of it. Like I tell them every negative aspect of the job.
Yeah.
And then if they're still like, well, I still want to, I'm like, okay, now I'll help you. But,
right. But you got to list. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because the last thing you want to do is just dip your toes in and then have all the negative drawbacks of it and have none of the rewards.
Right.
On the one plus side of everyone having an OF and there being so much content out there, it's not as high of a likelihood that someone's going to discover what you're doing if you only dip your toes in.
Sure.
There's just so much content to sift through for them. It's not like back in the day when there's only like so many performers, and if you're on a box cover, someone's going to see it.
Right. Yeah, that was a big deal back then.
Yeah. Now it's just like you would have to be phenomenally unlucky if you did like 2 scenes and someone you knew happened to stumble across it.
Yes, absolutely.
But if you're in for any more length of time, everyone's going to find out.
Yeah.
And if you're not strong enough to deal with that, if you're not willing to deal with the stigma of it, like, I don't know what to tell you. It's part of unfortunately, the societal norm of signing up at this point.
I find it really interesting. And again, I understand why people are like, don't tell their families and this and that. But for me, and maybe I don't want to say it's because I'm older, but I do feel like it's because I'm older. I mean, I've lived life and this and that. I didn't try to hide it from I've always been like the wild child anyway. I mean, I'm the only one that's left home and, done the things and went to the military and just did everything differently. But when I did it, I was like, I told my family, I mean, I knew it probably wasn't going to be, who knows what they were going to say, but it probably wasn't going to be good, but I didn't care. I'm 45 years old. I'm going to do what I want.
Right.
At this point, I'm living my life for me. And so I couldn't imagine doing this job and being afraid or doing everything I have to do to hide what I'm doing. Because that doesn't sound fun to me. I want to enjoy all the aspects of it, So I want to be able to enjoy the fun parts of it without having to hide.
Definitely. And also, the fact that as an adult, no matter if you're an 18-year-old adult or a 45-year-old, the fact that you feel the need to hide it from your family.
I mean, I guess, a couple of things I've come to conclusions. Maybe those people think, they've got a big inheritance coming one day. So they're afraid if they tell their family, they're going to lose out on that.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to go real well when your family does find out.
Right.
And then you've been lying to them.
So I think honesty is your best policy, Yeah,
they're going to find out.
Yeah. And yeah, there are families and people in your family or friends that aren't going to like it and going to have their own opinion. And they can have those opinions. But at the end of the day, this is your life and you only get to live it one time. And if this is what makes you happy, whatever your profession is, and you're not hurting anybody else, then do it.
Yeah.
And, I had a career for 21 years that I absolutely loved. I was an esthetician and laser technician. I've been in the skincare beauty world for 21 years. Absolutely loved it. That's what I did after I got out of the military. And then when this opportunity came my way, I shut it down for 3 years. And it wasn't because I was afraid of the sex part. It was, what if somebody finds me? And I wasn't, and what if I'm at work and I get fired, you know? And so they kept asking me for 3 years. And finally I said, you know what? I'm ready. I don't care who finds out. I'm living my life for me. If somebody doesn't like it, they don't have to be in my life. And here I am. And I haven't lost anyone, you know?